Yeah, I mean, yeah, you would absolutely check it out, right?
Yeah,
But I also have
100%.
an ick factor with me. You know what I mean? Like where I'm like, this seems weird as fuck. You know what I
See,
mean?
I like.
Also, I've never been in a orgy or any of, I've never had that opportunity or anything like that.
That stuff
Yeah.
fascinates me, and
Oh,
but the actual following through part of
that's
it is the
that's.
hard
I would
part.
be an
But yeah,
observer, I think, more
yeah,
than
I
anything.
would be for about 5 minutes, and then I'd go take a nap.
Then you'd come. Yeah.
Welcome to Get Heavy Podcast. With your host, Craig Casamas and Big J Curran.
Good way to start the
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Get Heavy Podcast.
Yeah. Jay's been on a good one the last few days, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back on it. Well, welcome to the podcast, everyone. We're here, just me and Jay. We've had some guests over the last few weeks, and now's the time where we get to sit here and talk about all the important shit happening in the world.
Yes.
Right, which there's a lot.
I will say that last guest that we had was
God,
probably one of my favorites.
I love your cousin
Oh, me
so
too.
much. If you have not seen that podcast, she calls. I'm putting together a supercut right now of all the times that she called you dumb, and it's a lot. It will be a full reel of her calling him dumb. Essentially,
it is what we affectionately call each other all
Yeah,
the time.
totally, yeah.
You know,
yeah, but she's not.
she would come in
Yeah.
the morning and immediately be like, "Good morning, dum dum."
Yeah.
You know, a little. You know, after Portia passed away, at the time that Portia passed away, Forrest was living with me, and every single day, I would wake up and I'd walk into Forrest's room, and she would hug me while I cried.
Aw, that's
She
very
did
nice.
that to me. She did that for me every day for a long time.
Wow.
You know, I mean, her and my brother and our friend Sarah that was here, that hopefully
Yeah.
we'll get on here. And
Yeah, that'd be cool.
They really, because I mean, when all that happened, it happened right during COVID.
Yeah.
So all my community just kind of disappeared for all of us.
Right.
You know, but I was lucky that I had, my brother was at the house, of course, was at the house, Ethan was at the house. And
Right.
there was a crew of us, Ross Emery, man, that dude, but that meant so much to me.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was brutal, man. And she was there every step of the way, and really.
Yeah.
But boy, do we fight.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, that's
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
what family does. Yeah.
That
was light.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
No, anyway, it's a pleasure to have her on.
Yeah.
She's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
I had a great time. Just watching someone with a doctorate call you stupid is it just gets me on a level that I can't get.
And that the whole thing when we were doing the thing with the nets and the whole, how pretentious are we as men to think that some omni god has a penis, and then I start talking about she's all, women build the nets, not the net.
Of course they build the
Yeah,
nets.
of course they immediately switch. It doesn't, we do that in the backyard forever. It's the best.
Yep. Yeah. Well, fuck, dude. I am. It's been a good week. It's been a good week for me, man. I've been exercising and working out and eating good, and not drinking.
Yeah.
I think because I always go through these things where I'm like, I'm done drinking. And I realize if I can have 1 or 2 drinks a week, like an actual human, I'll be okay. So I had a drink yesterday at the bar with you, and that was nice. And then I left,
Yeah.
went home and had an awesome night, and made a bunch of meat and food for the kids, It was nice. Got up this morning, fucking went to the gym, worked out, sat in the sauna. How fucking awesome is a sauna?
It's the best, man.
It's the best. It's
It
the
is.
best,
I
dude.
know.
I love a sauna. That's one thing. We were just talking right before we started recording about
Money.
money. Essentially how you are Bert Kreischer and I'd be Tom Segura essentially. But if we had that amount of money, a sauna and cold plunge would be the two dumb things I'd immediately invest in.
I have a sauna or a steam shower.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you do.
I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, I like the dry sauna though. Steam, no.
I love the steam, man.
Do you?
I absolutely fucking love it. I love to just sit. You just sit there and you just everything just is pouring out of you.
Yeah,
you know.
Out Japan.
I was supposed to go to Japan when my wife passed away. She
You guys were
passed
gonna
away
go?
in April, and I think we were supposed to go in like June or July.
Oh, really? You guys had it all booked and everything?
and probably still have a flight credit and some other credits places, but I don't know where they're at.
Oh.
But yeah, we were going to Japan. We're going to go travel all over Japan, and we were going to be there for like 10 days.
Wow.
Yeah, had it all figured out, all lined out. Yeah, I couldn't wait, man.
Yeah.
And now I won't go.
Hottest time in July.
Yeah.
Does it get hot there? It's hot.
Oh, dude,
Yeah?
it gets hot.
Humid?
Yeah.
I guess.
It's a
I
tiny
don't
little
know.
island.
I guess Hawaii on the same plane as Hawaii, right?
No, it's north.
Well, oh, it's north of Hawaii.
I mean, they got snow mountains and
Yeah, I get. Yeah, I guess they
you
get
know.
all the things. I don't know.
I don't know. It's one of, and I've
I'm
been
not an
insanely
archaeologist.
fascinated with Japan since I was a child. You know, it started with martial arts and getting into all that aspect of it, and then finding how samurais, and then getting into all that, and you know, so I read a lot about it as a child. I did reports about it, about the rising sun and the whole flag and the whole thing. You know, and one of the things that I kind of figured out in all this is they're psycho.
Yeah.
They are psycho culture, dude. I mean, just on a whole different level, you know. Very fascinating, yes, but also very racist.
Clan.
Yeah, yeah.
Racist?
Yeah, oh no, very racist.
Against who? Other
Very,
Asians?
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a hierarchy.
Chinese,
Yeah,
Mongols.
yep, yeah.
Trippy.
Filipinos. There's a whole hierarchy to all of it.
Well,
It is
I've always
wild.
heard that, but I don't know.
It is so wild, dude, when you see how they, like how certain individuals look at other individuals, and you're like, wow,
Yeah.
that is gnarly, because
Yeah.
they'll look down on them like they're garbage.
Yeah.
Like garbage, and it still goes on
today.
like it's
Yeah.
you know, it's the thing to do.
It's funny because you hear about American racism all the time. You know what I mean? It's like you don't ever hear about the other
No,
parts of the world who literally just hate each other because of like I don't. Our racism is weird because it's based off of color. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
based off of color, and then when you get into the rest of the world and you realize their racism is based off of class or geographical area,
Yeah.
or you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's
It's
such a
class,
deeper
too.
racism. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so much deeper the racism. You know what I mean? It's like we just hate people that they're different. You know what I mean? And you're like, and then you go to you hear about Japan, or you know, the hate between other people. You
Asians.
know, Asians, I
Yeah.
guess, or I mean, even you know, I'm sure European. You know, all this shit. It's like geographical.
You know what kills me, and I know
cultural racism.
I'm not sure if we brought this up on the podcast, but what blows my mind is how they talk about Germany and Nazis, and they talk about the Mongols and what the Mongols did, and they talk about all these different how they were just such tyrants, and what they did, and how screwed up it was, and how bad it was.
Sorry, hold on. Need to fix this thing. I feel it falling off me.
Okay.
There we go. Good.
But then nobody talks about how fucked up England was.
Oh well.
Nobody goes like, well,
I just watched a video comparing the two.
Can you
It's
do
insane.
you have a mic on? Oh, you should get a mic on, dude.
yeah.
If
Yeah, it's insane. Like what they did in like
like it can
India and just everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, or like how the fuck does France, this little tiny ass country, go and take over Vietnam and Cambodia? You know, I mean, that's why the Vietnamese cuisine, the banh mi, and a lot of their food is all based off of stuff that
French.
came from France.
Yeah.
That's why the banh mi's got such killer
that is
bread.
a good sandwich, dude.
Oh, it's so good,
That is,
dude.
it makes me want
Yeah.
one so bad.
Yeah.
Even thinking about
Let's
it.
go.
Dude. Right after this.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's funny because you don't hear about England shit because obviously we beat the shit out of them and we're like fucking losers. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Well, I think that we somewhat beat the shit out of them, but I think what happened is is we started to beat the shit out of them, and then they all went, hold on, why don't we all get together up here?
Right.
And then we'll continue to push the racism down here.
Right.
And so instead of making it classism where we are just trying to overtake the rich, we'll keep them fighting at each other on this base level.
Yeah.
And while they do that, the same people are controlling our country. I mean, Vanguard, Rock, all these people are multi-generational companies that have been taking over the world for this whole time.
Absolutely.
You know, and instead of us going, hey, man, fuck that Cheeto-headed motherfucker. Fuck that fake-ass Kamala. I'll just go with that.
Yeah.
But
No
instead
C
of,
words
we're
today.
going like this,
Yeah.
and they got the same handlers.
Oh, yeah.
The same people are controlling it. It's wild. Yeah, it's just anyway. Yeah, we're not political analysts, so we're not going to get into all that. Oh, speaking of which, how much baby oil is too much baby oil? You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Like how ashy is P-Diddy? Like how much does he need to rub them elbows to get that
baby
ash
oil.
off them elbows?
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
I don't think he's using it for that.
Dude,
It is.
Do you know what they're going
Call it
after
a
him?
meme.
Do you know how they're
I've
going
heard
after him?
it's like over 300 accounts.
But they're going after him as a gangster.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
not. It's RICO Act stuff
Yeah, it's
that they're
RICO
going
shit,
after
yeah.
him because of the way that he was handling stuff
Yeah.
and the way that they did stuff, and which is, I mean, just out of bounds,
dude.
man.
His dad has a tie to Frank. What's the
Nitty?
Frank?
Nitty?
Nitty?
Is it? No, that was a.
No. God, the American Hustler.
Yeah.
Frank.
Yeah,
God damn
I
it,
know.
dude. The black gangster. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I guess his dad was like in tight with him.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. So they say, but the way that what? So they over 1,000 bottles of baby
1,000
oil,
bottles of
right?
baby oil.
Like 700 and something plus fucking dildos and vibrators they
Yeah.
pulled out of his houses. On top of whatever tape.
Famous black gangsters.
Yeah, Frank something or other.
Frank Matthews?
No, it's a Frank. God damn it, this is a good podcast. American Gangster. Denzel Washington played him.
Oh,
Frank something. or
wasn't
other.
Nicky Barnes?
No. Anyway.
American Gangster. Frank Lucas.
There you go. Thank you, Frank Lucas.
Yeah.
Yeah. His dad was in with Frank Lucas like back in the day. I guess.
Oh shit.
Supposedly.
Well, there's a really, really amazing podcast. If you're into the hip hop culture, the way that I am, and it's one of the first hip hop culture podcasts that I had ever heard of, and it might have been one of the first real ones. It's called Combat Jack.
Oh yeah.
And Combat Jack was an attorney that worked with Lior and all these different people with Rush Records and all this stuff. But he would get all these different people on there they'd have amazing conversations.
Yeah.
But one of the things that was talked about frequently was just how driven Diddy was.
Sure,
I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
above and beyond everybody else. Like he was out there putting in the work and making that money and
Right.
and built that empire.
Right.
But along with that, when you make all that and you're doing all that, at some point in time, it seems like it's going to turn.
Dude, I mean,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
You know, Diddy's first hustle in high school was asking everybody at lunch for 50 cents.
Oh, really?
Everybody. He asked everybody. He collected all the lunch money his mom gave him and asked everybody at school for 50 cents every single day.
Really? Wow.
Imagine being that dude, asking everybody, bugging everybody. 50
And then
cents
just
every day.
and not having I couldn't do it.
What?
You know what I mean? I'd go without lunch before I'd ask somebody for money.
I'd also wouldn't give him 50 cents. Fuck him. It's my lunch money. Fuck you, P-Diddy.
Yeah,
Literally,
but that's
yeah.
not necessarily true though.
I'm not giving my fucking lunch money
Well,
to
no,
anybody.
it's if you have somebody that comes around that's got the personality and the gumption to be able to do that stuff, you can't say that you won't. You
I
know,
absolutely could say
you
that. I
can, but
won't.
there's
that's my
car
fucking
salesmen.
Lunch. First of
and
all, if I
there's,
had
you know,
lunch, if I had lunch money, it was rare, and you're not
Oh
getting
well,
it.
okay. There's that.
Period.
There is that because
Fuck
I'm in the
you.
same boat as
Fuck
you.
you, dude.
I don't have
I'll
I don't have
fucking fight
50
you to
cents
the-
in my
yeah.
pocket.
Yeah, if I had lunch money, dude, I'm not giving it up. But I mean, I understand the hustle.
It's the hustle part.
I'm diverging
there's
from
car
the point.
salesmen.
Yeah.
And that's what.
Yeah.
That's what he is a salesman. And it is as a salesman, I wasn't the best at this. And I was a really good salesman. But if I walk up to you and go, hey, man, how's it going? Blah, 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 what's up? And then if you start to okay, no problem.
Yeah.
That's not the way that I'm asking everybody in this room for 50 cents every day. That's not that guy's. It's the same guys that are great at telemarketing.
Sure.
Telemarketing, some of those guys that are good at it make a lot of fucking money
Totally, yeah.
because they call. If they say no,
Relentless.
yeah, fine.
They're relentless. Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you again. You might have changed your mind.
Yeah.
Let me give you my story again, and maybe it'll help. That was the type of person that he was, and that's what he was well known for. But along with all that, as you build this empire, that much money, man, just makes you crooked.
It has to corrupt, right?
Yeah.
Absolute power corrupts, absolutely, right? So I mean, you have when you become obviously famous like that, you know what I mean? The trippy part is that he's gonna get tried for the murder of fucking Tupac. They're absolutely throwing that one at him because there's proof now that he paid that guy $1 million to do it.
Oh,
Right?
really?
So that's in it.
God,
He's
I
has
didn't
over
catch that, man.
300 indictments. Over 300 indictments. The major ones are obviously like human trafficking, shit like that, which 1,000 bottles of baby oil for sure. Something's happening. I mean, the P-Diddy parties were legendary. You heard about freak-offs. Anyone that would be willing to talk about it, and fucking Cat Williams, dude, you can think he literally Hannibal Bird. Fucking P-Diddy.
Yeah.
You remember when Hannibal Buress,
Oh, yeah.
like comedian,
Yeah,
is the
talk
reason
shit about Cosby.
Is the reason Cosby's fucking
Yeah.
done? It's because of Cat Williams. I mean, not because of, but it absolutely.
He's one of the first ones
door.
to say. He's one of the
Yeah.
first people to actually come out and say it when everybody already knew it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he did. He
because
was the
he has
first
no
one.
guilt in it. You
No,
know what I mean?
no.
And 50 Cent also.
Yeah.
You can
Another one that's like
dude who's been
when
an
oh my
absolute
God,
savage.
Dude.
That
he
guy
is
is
so
on cloud
amazing.
9, dude.
When he's all no, you are not taking me shopping. I am not going to have another man take me shopping. What the fuck are you even talking
This
about,
is
homeboy?
bitch shit, dude.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, so it's like that. Those two guys obviously opened the door. Now there's, I think, over 300
And
indictments.
full disclosure. If Diddy right now walked in the door and decided he wanted to take me clothes shopping,
You'd say,
I'm going clothes shopping. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I'm going to tell him right now, I got baby oil in the back of my truck, bro. I got a bed back there. Pay me.
Yeah.
Pay me.
Yeah, but it's serious. This is so serious because you are starting to see now. I don't know if you've seen any of this stuff, but major label execs, music industry people, they're all stepping down. You have people right now, Pink, the artist, and also Usher have just completely deleted and wiped everything they've ever done on Twitter off. Completely deleted their fucking accounts. Right? You have
Why? Why would you completely delete? Is it just because you have affiliation with him?
It's possible. Who knows? I mean, who knows what he has and who he has on those videos? Enough to scare a shitload of the entertainment industry. You know what I mean?
He did a lot of videos. A lot of like all that stuff. And he's a fucking gazillionaire.
Yeah.
So his house had the best.
Oh, he had videos in every single room.
Yeah.
I mean, it was all documented. I'd like to know, like, what he knew was coming.
Was he going to start his own porn channel?
Fuck.
That'll be his
Well,
next
I mean,
venture.
the J-Lo thing is a big thing right now, because he dated her in the 90s.
Yeah.
And supposedly there's sex tapes with her. Fucking, you know what I mean? And that's the rumor that basically why Ben Affleck left her originally was because all this shit started coming out. And, you know what I mean? There's like every one of these people, you got Jay-Z now, Beyonce, fucking, they're all getting nervous, dude. You know what I mean? Which they should be. If they're doing gross shit like that, you know what I mean? Like,
What's the gross shit though? I don't.
having underage girls in their fucking.
So
parties.
I don't. Okay, and I've been listening to it and trying to find stuff out this morning, but most of what I was listening to wasn't about underage girls. A lot of it was just.
Freak offs.
Yeah, but the freak offs,
The
they were
debauchery.
paying a lot of dudes.
Sure. Oh yeah.
They were just paying sex workers. I haven't heard anything, and I don't know yet. But I haven't heard not underage stuff, and I could be
yeah.
wrong though.
No,
I
there's
mean, 100%,
absolutely.
yeah.
There's a lot of that. I mean,
Yeah.
Rihanna was fucking absolutely underage when she signed with Jay-Z and all them. You know, and there was just a story that surfaced about Jay-Z keeping her in a fucking. Basically, she came over from Barbados or wherever she came from, very talented, showed him the song, and they fucking made her sit in a room until she signed a contract at 3 a.m. She was like 16, 17. You know what I mean? So that's whatever. That's not illegal, but.
Well, yeah, it is.
I mean, I don't.
To hold a 16-year-old in a room.
I mean, I don't know if she was against her will or any of that stuff, but there's absolutely underage shit. People being prostitution alone across state lines. You know what I mean?
No, there's a lot of that.
There's a lot of that.
Lot of that.
There's definitely some underage shit going on. You know, and it was a. I just don't. You know, the theory is that he's either a Fed or an undercover or was operating on his own accord. You know what I mean? Who knows?
What do you mean?
Well, because he had.
Are you going Kenny on me?
No.
That he was a honeypot.
The honeypot, yeah, like an Epstein, you know, essentially, right?
Yeah.
There's speculation of that, which I don't know if any of that's true, but he is absolutely fucked. I mean,
Oh no, I
I agree with
that.
What was his bail? It was like $50 million
Yeah,
or
whatever.
something, and they denied it. Like
He's-
they're all, nah, dude, you're not fucking paying it. You're not getting out of here, dude.
No.
You know.
No, and he tried to do the like I'm being cooperative and stuff because like he was at a hotel in Manhattan, I think, or wherever it was when everything came down. He was like, "Hey, I'm right here.
Right.
Like I'm not trying to go anywhere. I could have, but I'm right here. I'm being cooperative, like trying to play that role." And they're like, "Oh, that's not cooperative."
But
That's
I
just
wonder
what you
who
should
that
do."
guy. I mean, I'm sure he has everyone on video, dude. You know what I mean? Doing some crow shit. Kevin Hart. You got every single major person. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Which it's weird. It's like, what's the difference, right? You had Epstein, who had every major person that helps run our government, science, fucking art, all kinds of stuff.
So what you're saying is, if Diddy commits suicide in jail,
It's gonna be highly questionable, dude. I think. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I wonder. Like, is it gonna be a fucking Epstein situation? Is he gonna disappear off the face of the earth?
no.
You know what I mean?
I don't think
have
he
no
will.
idea. You know?
There's a big difference between Epstein and Diddy.
Is there?
Yeah, there is.
You think so?
Yeah.
There are matters of national security.
Yeah.
And that's a thing, right?
Well, that-
there
that-
was
that was more the
senators, there was
yeah.
people that would go to those Diddy parties too. You know what I mean?
But Diddy is like Epstein. We all know him because of, not for anything other, no other reason. We knew Epstein and we found out about Epstein after the fact, after everything kind of came out. Diddy has been Diddy for 30, 40 years. 30,
Sure.
34, 35 years Diddy's been
Right.
Diddy. So there's a difference in the people, it's in the person itself. Epstein was Epstein was trained by his father-in-law, by Griselda's dad. He knew what he was doing and what he was getting into. I mean, that's what he was doing, and that's what he did. I think Diddy's thing, I don't think it had anything to do with, like, I'm trying to blackmail or coerce or do anything. Which
How
I think,
could it not?
because it's just he's a fucking rich billionaire
Why, then,
freak.
at that point, if you were so concerned about just fucking, like, bohemian lifestyle, why would you film every single room?
Because
You know,
you're
just
a
like the
freak.
bohemian,
Because
like
you're, yeah,
literally.
but yeah, he's
think
just
so?
the whole thing.
Exhibition of it.
But you're involuntarily filming all these people, knowing that now they have fucking
Rationale.
But
you
no,
have
no,
shit
no.
on
But that's
them.
perv shit. Yeah, I don't think Epstein. I think, yeah, Epstein was more of the financial aspect of it. He was getting these people in there, whoever the Clintons and all these different people for
Yeah,
the.
but then now you got the Obamas hung out with Diddy all the fucking time.
Yeah, okay,
You know
that's
what I mean?
fine.
You're
But,
like, yo.
but there's
Yeah.
still a difference.
Sure.
You know what I
Could
mean?
be, yeah.
The Epstein deal, Epstein, that's what he was doing, and he was doing it behind. Yeah.
Right.
Where I think Diddy was doing it, one, he had all the money and the power. And through that becomes what you said earlier. The power becomes.
Absolute power corrupts absolute.
Yeah. So with that, he, just like fuck yeah, I want to put cameras in every one of the rooms. I want high def cameras in every one of the rooms, and I want to make sure that it's all being taped because I want to check it out later. I think it was more
You
along
think
that
it's an
line.
ego thing?
100% ego,
okay.
dude.
Wow.
Epstein was not
So
ego.
what you're saying is he's not guilty.
No, I think he's guilty as hell. If it's illegal, he's guilty.
That's-
You know what I mean?
People in the rooms for days.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think he's guilty. But I think that he was guilty because he's just like, I can't get fucked with. Who's gonna fuck with me?
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's good. It's coming back to bite him.
Obviously,
You know.
yeah.
But if it was 20 years ago, none of this would be talked about because nobody would know.
What was happening 20 years ago, and fucking
But
people still
20
kinda
years
do,
ago,
you
we
know?
didn't have
Yeah.
we didn't have the cameras, we didn't have the social media, we didn't
Right,
have
right.
people didn't have the ability to stand up and say stuff.
Right.
And now they are.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's just the filming and the all. For me, if I were to go that extra mile, it would be to protect my ass because I knew what I was doing was fucking wrong and illegal.
Well, but the problem,
mean?
the whole what they're working on and what they're charging him with is him protecting his ass. What they're going after him for isn't just all that. It's also the racketeering and the RICO stuff, which is the protect my ass stuff. If you say anything about what we did, I will financially corrupt you. I will take everything from you and you'll never work again.
Sure.
That stuff is what they're going after him for. And that's where that's what's going to get him. More than anything, it's going to be the RICO stuff and all that. And he may end up dying in prison. We'll see, though. He's got a lot of money.
He has a lot of money.
A lot of
He
money.
did it. Was.
Oh, he still does.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. That.
You know.
Yeah, it's just so wild, man. But to see all these people starting to step down from their positions of power, and that what that suggests to me is that he has a lot of people in a bad spot. Which, at a certain point of living like that for so long, it can't enter your head to where you know what you're doing is not right. You know what I mean?
So
take that.
If pre-Rosie, before Rosie,
Yeah.
and somebody said, hey, man, Diddy's got a freak thing going on this weekend. You want to know if you want to come along. Would you say no?
I would absolutely check it out for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
You would 100% swim into that party on the babe oil.
Yeah.
On the granite.
I'd
on the
slip and
granite
slide
floor,
through there, dude. I'd
Yep,
come in like
just
Chris
all
Farley,
your
dude.
junk.
Yeah.
You know, only thing slowing you down is that bushy hair you got on your. You know.
Yeah, which would also speed me up. Yeah, yeah. You would absolutely check it out, right?
Yeah.
But I also
100%.
have an ick factor with me. You know what I mean? Like where I'm like, this seems weird as fuck. You know what
See,
I
I
mean?
like-
Also, I've never been in a orgy or any of. I've never had that opportunity or anything like that.
That stuff fascinates me, and
Oh.
but the actual following through part.
That's
of it is the
that's.
hard
I would
part.
be an
Yeah.
observer. I think more than anything.
I would be for about 5 minutes, and then I'd go take a nap.
Then you'd-
But the actual following through part.
That's
of it is the
that's.
hard
I would
part.
be an
Yeah.
observer. I think more than anything.
I would be for about 5 minutes, and then I'd go take a nap.
Then you'd come. Yeah. It's. I mean, it's hard, and we've talked about this a lot. Like, if you're in the position, you know what I mean, and you fucking, everyone's doing it, you jump in.
I'm in.
You know what I mean? But also, I'm no one of power either. You
No.
know what I mean? So it's like, it's just so wild that there's. I mean, so many fucking powerful people are panicking right now. You know what I mean? More so.
But everybody panicked when Epstein shit happened.
I know, but they're untouchable. Those people are untouchable.
No, they shut it down.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean they shut it down. But
Yeah.
those people with involved in Epstein are untouchable humans. They're not going to get fucking in trouble.
So,
Whereas everyone in Hollywood, everyone in the music industry is touchable.
Yeah.
They can get fucked. Their livelihoods can get taken away, right? So that's the interesting part to me because you watched almost no one panic. They just came out with a fucking Bill Gates documentary like the other day about like all the cool shit he's doing. You know what I mean? It's like and this guy has been to his island 1,000,000 times. You know what I mean? Whereas Beyonce, Jay-Z, you name it, all these people, they are touchable. You can fucking ruin their careers. You know what I mean?
But you can't ruin Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Absolutely you can.
you can't.
Yeah.
No.
Assassination by ink.
Yeah, but you're not fucking with Jay-Z. I mean, whatever can come out will come out, and there might be a hiccup in their step. But as far as that goes, you're not canceling that. You're not. It's too big.
You think?
Yeah,
How? Why?
because they're two of the biggest.
Stars in the world?
Yeah,
Sure.
and
but-
in the whole world.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Throughout the world, not just. There's some people I can understand, but this will be a bump for a lot of these people. They're going to panic and they're going to go through it, and in the end, we're just going to be talking about.
We're
what
just going to be
Diddy
watching
did.
the new Kevin Hart movie.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
know-
mean, unless hard evidence comes out to links them to doing some creepy shit, right?
Yeah.
Which you will see whether or not cancel culture is real anymore. You know what I mean?
It doesn't seem to be.
No, well,
You know, it seems that everybody's kind of gotten past that crazy shit.
Everyone's going back, dude. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's just it's still it was absolutely nuts that you could just off an accusation cancel somebody's life.
Sure.
You know, because you don't agree with what they were doing or how they were doing stuff
Right.
or what they said 20 years ago. You can make them so that they can't, you know, host the Grammys because of something they said 20 years ago. You know, that's just wild. You know, it's not even, that's not cool.
I know.
You know. Oh, no, I'm not talking about that.
Oh,
I'm talking about the whole cancel
about
culture
me
thing.
throwing my Zen across
I didn't
the room.
understand the cancel culture thing never made sense to me.
No, of course it doesn't.
You
But
know.
it's also when you're going to see the hypocrisy in it completely with this because Hollywood is the one that started the shit.
But we see the hypocrisy in everything all the
I
time.
know, but now it'll be blatantly fucking obvious. It's like everyone in Hollywood acts like they give a shit about anything. You know, what Harvey Weinstein was doing and all this shit, and that's fine. Meanwhile, you're all attending freak-off parties where there's who knows what going on in every room. P. Diddy's fucking Carl Winslow in a room, you know what I mean, which there's apparently video and audio of it, and you're fine with that because it's your group of people. It's your culture, right? But meanwhile, you're canceling everyone else that's ever fucking said anything bad or whatever. When there's real hard evidence against you, you're going to see it whether it actually fucking matters to people or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it doesn't. You know what I mean? It really doesn't. Because when it comes between you and your livelihood, you are going to fucking tuck tail and run.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Which is, I can't blame anybody because if I had $100 million in the bank and I was going to maybe lose my money, you know what I mean? I would actually be rolling over on you and anyone in this room and my mom, and I'd roll over on everybody. You know
For
what I mean?
$300.
I'll burn this whole building down if I had to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think a lot of these people that are involved in this stuff, it's not. I don't think it's really about. Right now, there's a lot of people panicking, but what I think really needs to get hopefully figured out and taken care of is the people that were initiated into this unwillingly.
Right. Yeah.
You know, because there was a lot of that. There's
Well,
a
he
lot
had
of people-
multiple
yeah.
houses in multiple states doing shit all the time. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So there's just no way. I doubt he was checking IDs, you know, for people being brought over and doing things. You know what I mean? It's like,
imagine.
you know what I mean? It's like, I'm sure he didn't have are you hot? You know what I mean? That's it, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's very interesting. But to
And
see.
from how many different countries?
Oh, I know. Yeah. But to see all these people deleting their Twitter accounts, everything they've ever posted in their lives, you know what I mean? It's like.
What does that do, though? I don't understand. Why?
I have no idea. I mean, and it could be an absolute coincidence.
And I please release the videos of Pink.
Yeah.
That woman, boy, there's something about her.
Yeah. Is there?
Oh, for me there is.
It hits a whole thing with you?
It's her. She's an amazing singer,
She is very good.
and that's what it's just a turn on.
The
You know?
singing part?
Oh, just her when
Or
she
you like
gets into it.
you like an uppity white lady with a pixie cut?
No,
That's not that part?
Not into Gwen Stefani at all.
No?
No, I can't stand her.
My
But
wife
Pink just is
hates No
awesome.
Doubt.
I'm
Hates them.
surprised.
Like on the level that I hate you too, she hates No Doubt. It's very funny.
I had to deal with her at one point in time.
Gwen Stefani?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How?
She's not a very pleasant individual.
I couldn't imagine.
When I was doing security,
Oh,
and
sure.
I had to deal with her.
Really?
She was this is going to be the no C word episode.
There you go.
But yeah, she just wasn't. She was not a good person.
Where'd you have to deal with her at? Nickelbee's?
Nickelbee's, yeah.
Oh, God.
And
yeah.
outside of it,
Yeah.
just doing security.
Just, yeah. I can imagine she's real fun to hang around with, dude.
I mean, also you all got to figure, and I know that everybody has to deal with different things, and sometimes you just get over it. But it still doesn't mean you have to be rude to people and treat them like shit.
Of course, yeah.
You know, and she was pretty rude to everybody.
Really interesting. Yeah, well, yeah, it's very interesting to see what happens. I don't know if there's a trial, it will be nuts, dude. You know,
There's gonna be a trial.
Will it be televised?
We'll see what happens. I mean, it's just the whole thing is there's so much behind it that's and it's all new. I mean, what did he get arrested today? Was it yesterday?
No,
Today?
a few days ago. I mean, it was last week or.
Oh, okay.
It's been a while, but the baby oil and the dildos and
the AR-15s with no numbers on it.
And see, I didn't hear any of that.
Oh yeah,
I've been hearing about the
with
baby.
it. No, the surface stuff that they've talked about. There's still a whole underground of stuff that's where the racketeering is coming
Sure,
in.
yeah.
And I didn't hear about the
Tupac
stuff,
thing,
but
yeah.
that doesn't surprise me.
Well, he's getting. I mean, he absolutely the guy that paid. He paid. I can't remember the guy's name.
I can't either.
Anyway, the guy that he paid to kill Tupac.
Yeah.
Is like, yeah, absolutely did it.
Did he go do time?
He
for
already
it?
got arrested. That was a while ago. He got fucking arrested for it and was did his. He hasn't been tried or I don't know what's happening with it, but basically it came out that the police were like, this is the dude that got paid.
Yeah.
And supposedly was it J-Lo was involved with one of the shootings as well back in the day. That P-Diddy did. There's a whole fucking dirty thing, because if you're running shit like a gangster, what I mean.
This is gonna be fascinating.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild, dude. I don't know. You know what? Another fascinating thing is, have you heard about this pager shit in Lebanon?
Over first wave was 2,000 people.
Yeah.
And then the second wave was like 1,000 and some. And the first wave was those pagers, and then the second wave was
Walkie-talkies, cell phones,
walkie-talkies, and all this different stuff.
That is crazy,
Yeah.
dude. Have you seen some of the footage, like the
Yeah,
videos?
oh yeah, it's gnarly, dude.
So if you guys don't know, I don't know how you wouldn't, but Lebanon was attacked. Israel has not said anything about it, but of course we know it was them. People that were in Hezbollah, right?
Yep.
Right?
Yeah,
Sorry, I don't know why I had a different word in my head. Carrying around these secure pagers that were provided by them, and somehow they were all thousands of them were linked with explosive devices.
Yeah.
Right, and they all went off at one time
Yep.
in Lebanon.
Yep.
Killed. I don't know how many. It's a few hundred people. Right. It's thousands injured at this
Yeah.
point. You know what I mean? Then they did another wave of it the next day. And now they are in full-blown war. Lebanon and Israel are striking the shit out of each other right now. It's crazy, dude. This is World War III. I mean,
And nobody wants it. Really,
Well, somebody wants it.
Well,
for
I know,
sure,
but most of the people really don't want it.
No, the general public, no.
It's people attacking their own people.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
It's literally biblical prophecy.
Yeah.
It's crazy right now, dude. It's insane. Being like an ex-Christian dude who doesn't really believe in it anymore.
Did you see how they, the birthplace of Jesus, Nazareth?
You sent that to me. I don't know. I mean,
I 2 days ago, I don't know.
yeah. I mean, who attacked it? Hezbollah, like Lebanon, attacked it.
Lebanon?
I mean, anywhere in Israel is what I mean. There's a million places that are of religious importance to all religions. So
that whole.
you know what I
everything
mean.
in
But
the
yeah,
region.
it's the pager thing. Is how the fuck did they do that, dude?
The same way they could do it with their phones.
Yeah.
Same way they can do it to us.
How do you load thousands of pagers with fucking explosives and have it not be known?
Double agents.
Okay, well, double agent is fine, but the mere fucking
Distribution.
how though? You know what I mean? Because
It's the long game.
there was like a report that they
High-ranking person.
obviously.
I mean, the high-ranking people in Hezbollah weren't affected.
it's just the lower line.
Just the lower line. The
Yeah.
high ones, because they had just recently been like, hey, look, we have to stop using cell phones.
Yeah,
Like, no cell phones.
yeah. That's why they're using
everybody had
pagers. Right.
Because you can text your pager and get your message to the pager, but there was no more using cell phones.
Right.
And so, but all of the high-level people that are part of it, they have no part of any of electronics at all.
So there's a timeline that you're speaking of which 86 cell phones and pagers were distributed.
Not 86, thousands.
Yeah. Well, no.
Thousands of
I
pagers.
mean, they
Yeah,
they
but
86
so Hezbollah and
No.
They canceled cell phones.
They canceled cell phones, right?
Yeah.
And then they got a bunch of these pagers from a company.
Shortly thereafter, boom.
They all blew
Yeah.
up.
That
It sounds just
right?
like an op.
Because there,
No, it's an op. 100% it's an op.
Yeah.
That's an op. 100%. They knew what they were doing. They took their time and got into it. The fact that it's also criminal. It's just all criminal.
It's
You
nuts.
know, it is just like, and it's just criminal. And the fact that all we do is just support.
Right, yeah.
And supporting
Yeah.
people that shouldn't really be supported.
I just think the logistics of getting, because I saw a report, they reached out to the company that manufactures those pagers, right? And they're like, yeah, we had a huge order come in. We sent him to X shell company, who sent him to X shell company, who sent him to X shell company. Somewhere in that fucking chain, yeah, Israel hasn't admitted it was them, but somewhere in that chain, they fucking armed every one of those with explosive device. That is a new type of fucking warfare, dude. I'm sure it violates all the rules and laws of war, right? It violates everything because the thousands of people that were hurt were not just, fucking terrorists, right? Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and that is a absolute new type of warfare. You know what I mean?
But
Like,
so's the drone stuff that they're doing. I mean,
Sure.
the drone stuff has just gotten. The footage of stuff that you see is just, man. I watched one the other day where this guy's hiding in a spot, and this drone comes along, and he's moving through like what looks like a little bunker type area or whatever. He's moving as the drone's coming around on, and he's trying to get away,
right.
and that drone's just.
Right there.
As he's like crawling through stuff, and oh, dude. Well,
Helicopter can blanket bomb something, but it
Yeah.
can't find you in a trench while you're running. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, those drones. I can sit here and drone my bar.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
well,
that's,
you made bombs, right?
Difference
In
is
the military, Kenny, right?
Oh,
I mean,
follow that up, please.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you have more experience with this shit than anyone. So, what's your perspective on it?
It took out double-edged sword because it took out the loss of life.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
However, the consequence of that is majority of the operators behind the scenes are faced with
PTSD.
yes.
Well,
Bad,
sure.
bad,
yeah,
bad,
absolutely.
bad,
Yeah.
Other than that, from my perspective, from a defense standpoint, a helicopter, drone, makes no difference. If we're taking the risk of life out of the picture, that's preservation.
Right.
That's actually that's solid. Hand up on the chest case.
Yeah.
You mean as far as
and
using the drone, right?
All
Yeah,
of both
of
sides
course.
are using it extensively.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Fair game in
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I get, and especially like a single man drone. It's like you lose a fucking drone at $300,000, $400,000. You know what I mean? Whatever. You know what I mean? It's like all it has to have is a fucking clip that pulls out to drop something. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just. But what the cell phone thing and the pager thing is, that is a new type of warfare that I've never heard of. You know what I mean? It's like drones have been around a long time. Obama's famous for drone striking more people ever, you know what I mean, with drones, but those are big fucking drones that are dropping shit and they're unmanned. This is wild, you know what I mean? Like, imagine the thing that you carry every fucking day on your, you sleep next to it, you have it in your hand 90% of the day,
it is-
all of a sudden blows up, you know what I mean? Like, with just a click of a button, you know what I mean? That is the craziest thing. I've been thinking about it. It made me nervous. I've been like staying away from my phone. Not that I have anything to worry about, but it's like, holy
all
shit,
of us with
dude.
these cars that we have.
Dude,
I mean, it's
yeah.
it's the same principle. I mean, my truck at work is an all-electric truck now.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got a new truck, and it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
I like it, man. It's the fanciest golf cart I've ever been in my
Yeah.
life. But essentially, it's a giant golf cart. Yeah.
What
it is, dude.
What is it? Is it a Ford?
No, it's a Silverado.
Oh, really?
Silverado EV. Looks
Wow.
kind of looks like an Avalanche.
Wow.
It's really good, and I like it a lot.
Yeah,
but
of course.
I'm like, at any given time, they can shut that truck down.
Yeah, if you keep
or
calling,
they can speed that truck up.
if you keep calling Kamala a fucking C word on this podcast, buddy, you might be in trouble.
I've been working on it.
Yeah.
I just don't like her.
Yeah, I get it, but yeah, it is. It's a crazy thing to think about. It's like you are giving up so much of yourself
So when
to all this
people-
new technology. You know what I mean? And
For years and years and years, when people would go in for surgeries, when you wake up from the surgery, the first thing that most men do is they reach for their dick.
yeah, I absolutely
Yeah,
can see
if
that.
it's the very first thing they do.
We're still here.
is they,
Fuck.
yeah. Now, the first thing people do when they wake up from surgery, the very first thing they do is they reach for their phone.
Really?
Yep.
That actually would make sense.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, we're so connected to it.
I know.
You know, and then the freak out when you can't find it.
Oh
or,
yeah.
You know, yeah, it's
Or you
too
see
much.
that it's getting close to dead. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
And like I got a pretty new one-ish.
Yeah.
You know, it's 3-4 years old, but it's paid off now.
yeah.
And now there's a 24 or 25.
Yeah, that's what I have
and
the Ultra.
Yeah.
24, the AI one. Yeah.
I got the Ultra 22.
3 or 22. Yeah.
And it works just fine. But boy,
Right.
do I keep thinking
I
about
know,
going and getting
right.
another one.
Yeah.
For what though? I don't, you know.
Well, it just, yeah, I don't know. I just, the fact of like being, you're so fucking vulnerable, dude. You know, it shows you that if a group of people decide to do this, you know what I mean? Like, the possibilities of that happening. I mean, if they hack into phones and can somehow figure out a way to fucking supercharge the batteries to where they blow up. You know what I mean?
If
Like,
they hack into phones.
well, they obviously have hacked into phones, but I'm just saying for that, like, purpose. Like, they could figure out how to fucking override or do something. You know what I mean? Like, everyone that uses T-Mobile or everyone that uses Verizon or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, god damn, dude, that is terrible. I mean,
Wide open game.
it changed warfare. I mean, they just changed warfare.
I mean,
dude.
we
you know
have
what I mean?
we have listening devices sitting next to us.
Of course.
That you cannot disable.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
And you're saying okay to people listening to your device all the time. You're
Yeah.
telling them, yeah, go ahead, find my location. Yeah, you can follow me. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy, you know.
But the
we
convenience-
also don't, you know, well, what are they going to come after me for?
Right.
You know, like who cares?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like, you know, imagine you're in Trader Joe's, right? And there's some fucking dude, you know what I mean? That's like wanted, and they decided to blow up his fucking phone, and it blows half of your fucking face off. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just the videos I've seen. I've been fascinated by it, man. I've never seen something that literally changed my perspective of the danger that is possible. You know what I mean? Like, because America, we are so insulated from this. We haven't had a serious, you know, we've had some shit happen or whatever, but it's like that fucking, it put like a weird thing in my head, man, where I was like, we are absolutely fucking vulnerable, and we're actively carrying the thing that could possibly
We're
kill
actively driving the thing.
you. Well, that too, yeah.
You know, your truck is easily manipulated.
My Dodge, dude?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yes.
There's no way, dude.
Your brand new Dodge.
Enough electronics to show.
I'm sure there is, yeah. I'm sure there is.
Or fucking
Make it speed
put
up
your
into
foot to
something.
the fucking floor.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
Like they did that. I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy.
the journalist.
Oh,
yeah,
jeez, dude.
yeah. They.
Yeah.
That was. Did you hear the podcast?
We're in a cult. We're in an EMP cult.
EMP
Yeah.
cults, dude. EMP cultist. Yeah, yeah. It's that Rogan had that dude that it's exposing Google. Have you heard that?
Man, I started listening to it. I had to give up.
Dude.
I tapped out on it.
Well, dude, in the first 5 minutes, he talks about how his wife was killed in mysterious situation. Multiple people around him have been fucking almost killed in mysterious situations. He talked about how there was all of a sudden a needle in his briefcase.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
fuck, dude. Because he's and I can't remember his fucking name. Let me find it real quick before I go on any further. He's a real famous dude. He's been doing research on this shit for a long time.
Wise.
It's Weinstein something.
Brett?
No.
No, hold on. Chris Harris. Brett. Oh yeah, Brett Weinstein. Yeah, Brett
Is it
Weinstein. Huh?
I don't like him. He's
Yeah.
a plant.
But he said some shit about Google that was insane, dude. You know what I mean? Just the amount of fucking data they can collect on you. Phones are off. Phones are fucking. And now he has a site that you can go see live that's actively tracking like what they're. He built a system to track what Google is tracking. and what Google is mining from us. And he built an Overwatch system to watch them, and the data is fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Like just there's so many things that they can do.
All their activities?
Everything they're doing. He built an Overwatch system to watch.
I mean,
Google,
and they're
you know?
tracking everything we do, so they know how to
Sell
get
us
us
shit.
to spend
Sell
spend
our
money,
shit.
or manipulate us into voting one way or the other.
That the voter thing was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of that, and it's obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're looking to vote a certain way, and I don't think they care which way,
No,
they just want you to go towards this way or that,
Yeah.
and that's it. You know what I mean?
Care about it, or polling does not.
Oh, I thought you said porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like
Yeah.
the thing that he talked about was as far as like manipulation of elections was just the throttling of the algorithm, right? Whereas if you search for anything on Trump, you're going to find a shitload of negative articles.
Oh, dude.
If you search for anything on Kamala, you're going to find a bunch of positive. Like that shit alone, because most of us are literally, I'm split right now. Like I'm half and half. Like I'm a lifelong socially a Democrat. I want everyone to fucking have a fair share, all these things. And I'm also, as I get older, I'm financially fucking fiscal. You know what I mean? I don't want to be taxed. I don't want to fucking have people taking my shit constantly, right? So I'm split, and I hear Trump talk, and I can't fucking hear any more words that he says. I don't believe that he has a plan. I don't believe he's a fucking gonna be a good leader at all. And I'm also split in the fact that I will never, ever, ever trust the Democratic Party ever again.
I mean, the
right?
Democrats
So most
have
of
been
us,
in power now for how many years?
A long time.
We got 4 years where we had Trump.
But they're both wings of the same bird.
Yeah.
possibly, right? Yeah, and it's two sides of the same coin. We've been saying it a long time, but most of us are literally split. We're 50-50 right now, and the way that Google can manipulate just your searching alone, and the videos that they allow to be at the front page or whatever, it can help absolutely sway an election, right? And that's what Brett Weinstein has been exposing. And the Overwatch system that he built is like, he showed a bunch of the graphs and shit. It was fucking terrifying, dude. You know what I mean? You know you're being watched, but you don't know that you're being watched like that. You know what I mean?
The graphs showing the impact.
Everything. Yeah. Well, we'll look it up after this.
I mean,
it's
you look
it's like
at-
a free, you can go on right now and it updates every 5 minutes.
It's so a good example of this is Bobby Kennedy.
Right.
Is what, like, before he went and decided, okay, I'm not going to keep doing this. I'm going to go over here because then I can actually try to get something done. Mm-hmm. How many people I talked to either one didn't know anything about him at all, or a lot of people are like, oh,
worm brain.
His family hates him.
Yeah.
He's got a worm in his head.
Right.
Like there's no like hey, wait a minute. He just wants us. He wants to make our people healthier people. He wants to we can't ship our food to a lot of countries outside of America because they will not.
Yeah, because it's got Red 7 dye in it and all kinds of nasty shit, right? Yeah.
So that's what he's been preaching.
Right.
But then how do all these other people don't know it? And it's because Google's like, no, we don't want you guys to vote for him.
Right.
We want you guys to vote for Kamala.
Right.
We want you guys to vote and have another 4 years of whoever. It could be whoever, because it's been the Clintons, it's been the Obamas. There's no change at all.
Yeah, you had Trump for 4 years. You know. What I
Yeah,
mean?
we had Trump for 4 years, but Trump was a bit of a change. I don't know if it's the right change, but it was a bit of a change. Mm-hmm. But for years now, we've had the exact same families doing stuff.
Right.
And the same thing goes for California. Newsom is a generational politician that, what, his fucking aunt or something is Pelosi.
Yeah,
it's just, it's the same control issues. But those are the same people that are going to have dinner with Bill Gates. They're the same people that are going to go hang out with all these.
Indebted in these massive, Silicon Valley companies.
Dude,
right?
the fact that anybody thinks Newsom's good for our state is insane.
I mean, it's a wild, just the amount of manipulation that can happen. It was hard to listen to. You know what I mean? That the
Very
whole
hard. I
podcast.
couldn't do it.
But when you got down to the actual facts of things, it was shocking. You know what I mean? And me as a guy that literally wants to see people do better, and then also can never trust another fucking politician again. You know what I mean? It's like, God, dude, most of us, and also me and you and Kenny, we actually look for shit. We pick things up, we look around. Most of the people do not. They see what they saw on NBC or Fox, or even, which is a wild thing, at fucking CNN has gone pretty wild. Have you watched CNN lately?
It's getting a little better.
It's getting crazy, dude. Yeah. They're fucking going for it.
Yeah,
they're being like, I think CNN right now is changing their whole entire thing, because they are kind of split, and they're getting, I'm sure they're still biased, but most of the crazier news articles I've been seeing lately have been from CNN, where you're like, yo, dude, you guys, they're going after Kamala. They're saying like some pretty wild shit. Like, I never would have, because CNN used to be just straight news, right?
Clinton News Network.
The Clinton, it used to be, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. But CNN lately, a lot of the articles I've been seeing on CNN are pretty fucking heavily the other way right now. I don't think they're going full left or full right, but they're starting to see that moderation is like important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
it doesn't exist anymore.
Well, it's starting to, because most of us feel that way. Most of us feel like sometimes we're more Republican and sometimes we're more Democrat.
Yeah. Right?
I think the majority of us do. And when you have these two things that have been Fox and MSNBC feeding only a very small spectrum of diehards, you're starting to see that with podcasts and with all the long conversations, that people are literally split down the middle. And I think CNN it's been wild, the articles I've been seeing, dude. Like,
I'm enjoying the, like, searching out different individuals in different podcast forms, where you get to actually hear somebody sit there and talk for 3 hours.
Totally, dude, yeah.
You know, I just listened to Tulsi Gabbard.
Again. Oh, yeah. That was...
You know, we just...
Yeah, I know.
You know, why would you ever, like, what... You know, she was in the military, she did her service, she did her time, she came back, she tried to be a Democrat, they just railroaded her out of it.
Yeah,
and she went, okay, well, fine.
She talked about after... not recently, but she got put on a no-fly list for 2 years, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because of how fucking terribly how much the Democrats hated her after she tanked Kamala Harris's run the first time, you know what I mean?
She didn't do anything but get up there and be honest.
Oh, of course.
And then why would you not want to then back her up?
Because she doesn't want to play with the things that everyone's playing with.
Same thing with
Robert Kennedy, right?
You know, they both are like, well, fuck you guys. Then we're gonna tap out and go hang out with Trump. Yeah. How crazy is that?
It's
because they're just like, hey, look, at least this way we have a chance of being able to say what we need to say and maybe making a change. Yeah. Because within the Democratic Party, I mean, the Democrat Party was the anti-war party.
Yeah.
At one point. And now they're the...
pro-war.
We're all about it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fact...
It's wild. Yeah, it's wild, man. Yeah. I just don't see it. I don't know, man. Trump said something the other day that made me go, fuck, you got my attention, dude. Because he said he was going to end tax on all overtime.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, dude. I don't know if you could even do it. I don't know how it would work.
Amen.
But that sentence alone just swayed a million fucking people. You know what I mean? Like, that would be crazy if you did that.
I will only work so much overtime. And I know
because
a lot
it's
of people
not
are
worth
the same way. Because once you get in there and you start, for me, one of the things is I can bank it and then use it as time off.
Oh,
so if I work 10 hours, I can then bank 15 hours, and then I can use that time to take time off.
All right.
So I do that a lot.
Yeah.
Because when it comes down to it, when I don't do that and I just get the money, you look at your check and you're like, well, was it worth giving up a day?
$400 more than I would normally would.
Yeah. Is it worth for me to give up this day? But if I can give up this day to then have 10 days off down the road.
Right.
Because I'll bank all that time and then take
But that's very uncommon. You know, no one has that, you know.
Oh, no. My job, I am, you know,
You're fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
But and even for me, like when I was out in the field, dude, I mean, if I worked anything over 55 hours, I was fucked. You know what I mean? Like I would work a consistent 45 to 50, you know what I mean? Like, cause I got an hour overtime every day for being the boss. And that was fine. But if I got over 55, my check would be $300 more. If I worked a 60-hour week, my check would be $400 more than it normally was.
You're like, for
and
what?
I'd see that $2,000 was paid into taxes.
Yeah.
So that fucking
Taxes
sentence
that are going to Ukraine.
that are going to nothing.
Taxes that are
you know what I
not
mean?
going towards
Yeah.
an education system. Taxes that are not going to better
Right.
the American system. Taxes that are going to other countries.
Right.
And I'm just so...
Yeah, you're fucking everyone's over it, right? So
Taxes never were really allegedly ratified into the
yeah, which is it's, oh, there is that.
Boston, I think about this every once in a while, the Boston Tea Party. Mm-hmm. And think about how we fought. Like, no, you're not going to tax us on this stuff.
Yeah. And it was like
You know, and
what,
now here we are.
2%?
Yeah.
It was like 2% on tea.
Yeah, and
you know
now,
what I mean?
now
Like-
they take 40% up from us, and then they tax us when we go to the store.
And we're like,
They
but
tax us when
Amazon's
we, you
having
know,
a Prime
everything.
Day next week. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I'll be able to save some money on some purchases, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. Yeah, but that sentence, I heard him say that, and I was like, dude, whether he does it or not, or even gets in, or survives. I mean, we haven't even talked about the multiple assassination attempts that have happened since the last fucking podcast.
So
You know what I
that's
mean?
another fucking
Holy
wild,
shit, dude.
wild,
this
wild
guy is
thing.
getting fucking almost
Look,
murdered daily. You know?
every time there's been an assassination
Yeah.
attempt,
yeah.
you can name Hinckley. You can
all of them,
name
yeah.
all the Sirhan, Hinckley, the Kennedy, the. Anyways, you can name everybody.
Someone can, Jay
Yeah.
can't, but I can't
Yeah, I
either.
can
so
right now.
yeah, there you go.
You can name all of it. You've seen the videos. You've heard the stories. You've seen everything. The dude, the first dude that got wiped up on the building.
On the roof, yeah. Gone, body
we're
gone. We don't know
done.
nothing about him.
We're done.
Right? Yeah.
They're not talking about it.
No idea. Yeah.
The guy that was just on the golf course that
Pointing
had-
a fucking
put
gun
AR
at the
him
president?
and they put- yeah. He's gone.
Not
He's
a
done.
word.
Like, there's
Not a word.
no,
Yeah.
there's no
Nothing,
like
dude.
some major. You know what I mean? It's
insane, dude.
crazy.
It's fucking insane.
You know, and then to get into the conspiracy parts of that guy that was on the roof, you know, I get caught up in stuff and I'll start getting into it and I gotta pull myself
gotta pull
out
yourself
because,
out, yeah.
you know, but like
That hole's
guy,
never ending.
That guy's phone
Yeah.
was like linked to like going back and like there was people that were involved with him that
Yeah.
were like
To
government
Washington,
agencies
D.C. and all
shit.
kinds- yeah, there's a lot of
it's
shit.
insane.
Yeah.
You know, but
But yeah, Trump's out here
Hey.
every week. They found
Yeah.
didn't they find a car full of explosives at another rally? That was barely mentioned.
I'm successfully not paying attention.
Nice, there you go, kid. Yeah.
for you, buddy.
Yeah. So, where were you, by the way? You know, that day. But yeah, it's this dude is almost getting assassinated. It's fucking if he makes it to November, dude.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's at some point, it's either a scare tactics. You know what I mean? Because, well, conspiracy wise, right? If say I were the Democratic Party and I wanted to assassinate the fucking guy, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, we get one failed attempt, fucked it up, realize that it only boosted him, right? So now maybe the next 5, we're just gonna get close and scare the shit out of him.
I do.
You know what I
love-
mean?
did
Which
love
apparently nothing scares the guy.
when they winged his
You know?
ear.
Yeah.
And they covered him all up, and then they walked him out, and then right at the end, when he stood up,
Yeah,
and
put his
held
fists up.
hand
Oh,
in the air,
yeah.
USA,
I
USA.
fucking saluted the TV, dude.
Dude, I was,
You know
I
what
was
mean?
erect.
And I don't like the guy at all. You know?
No.
Like, yeah, I was like, you got it, dude. But yeah, there's like multiple assassinations or weird situations with this guy. It's just fucking so crazy the time, and it got about 5 minutes on the news.
Nothing.
You know what I mean? Nothing.
And nobody's
dude.
talking
Yeah.
about it at all.
Yeah.
And we are inundated with news and videos
Yeah.
and stuff constantly, but that's just disappeared.
It's wild, dude. I don't know if he makes it to November.
Well, he will.
Yeah, but then would they ever let him win? You know, because we
We'll
talk.
see.
You know,
You
would
know,
they
look,
would
at
they
this point in
ever
time-
let him win? Dude?
At this point in time, who knows? We really don't know.
Yeah.
You know, because he's not any different. He's still a shill. Like, everybody can talk about it like he's a different person, but he's not.
No.
He's still going to be controlled by the same people that control the Democratic Party.
Well, I think
in
the
the
thing
end.
with him is that he'll listen to anyone that kisses his ass, right? And I think what we didn't even
So
talk
do
about
you-
the debate, right? We didn't talk about the debate at
yeah.
all. Here's what I watched it. I watched it as well, and I think what Kamala did beautifully was exposed his real flaw, was his ego. She fucking annihilated him with it. As soon as she said, people come to your rallies and leave early because it's boring. You watched him go, and he tweaked, and that's when he went off the rails. And people are eating dogs and cats and fucking, I mean, the guy's ego is his absolute fucking kryptonite.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you mention that he's not successful or whatever, that is it. That's what tweaked him. And she fucking did it beautifully. And she stood there and watched him fucking squirm and say crazy shit and just giggled at him. You know what I mean? Like, she did it beautifully. And that's exactly his flaw, is that his ego leads. And if you don't stroke his fucking ego, you know, what he said about Taylor Swift. He goes, I hate Taylor Swift, when she came out and endorsed Kamala Harris, dude, which is the craziest thing I've ever heard.
While stroking the cat.
You know, she exposed his real, true fucking self, and he cannot fucking work with anyone that does not kiss his ass.
No.
Right? And right now, the weird part is to watch Robert Kennedy and Tulsi Gabbard come over and go, hey, here's what we want to do, because I don't think Trump wants to run this country.
No.
He wants the fucking glory of it. He wants the things. When he ran the country 4 years ago, he spent a lot of time golfing. He spent a lot of time not doing anything he was supposed to do and just letting other people do shit, right? Oh. The way he handled the pandemic was fucking terrible. There's a million bad things that he did. You know, some policies are good, some are bad. But right now, the switch is that he seems to be surrounding himself with people that will do the job, right?
Yeah.
Being Tulsi and Robert Kennedy, right? Bobby Kennedy, which is fascinating to me, right? And now, is it conscious move on his part, or is it not? Is it just the fact that he was so afraid of Robert Kennedy losing him the election that he's willing to bring him in because, you know, it saves some face, right? It gets a lot of people that are on the fence maybe over to his camp. I don't know, but his absolute fucking weakness is his ego. And anyone that does not celebrate it will be fucking out on their ass. You know what I mean? And that's what she exposed beautifully. I mean, master class.
Here's couple things. He didn't just have a debate with Kamala. He had a debate with Kamala and the mediator.
Sure, that's fine.
So that's part of it.
Well,
also, and I don't know if it's true. We'll never know, or we will know, whatever it is. But they do. There's that whole thing with the jewelry. And the
earpiece. Yeah, that ear.
So that she actually has people that are back there telling her what to say and when to say it.
And that's possible.
She hasn't shown in the past that she's like very.
She also
good.
didn't answer a single fucking question.
No.
She didn't answer any question during the debate. And the thing is that she came in prepared. She came in with a fucking plan to make him look stupid. And so he does not prepare.
Who facilitated that plan?
You know who? Whoever's running the fucking her campaign, whoever's running all these things. It doesn't matter. He should have fucking known it. He was already on he's already on a network that hates him. 2 moderators that supposedly one of them was a sorority sister with her. I don't know if that's true or not. But he's all the things stacked against him, and what does he do? He comes in and tries to fucking wing it. He tried to wing it, and that's not how it works. That's not how you play politics.
Yeah.
Right? And he's been winging it. He winged it for 4 years when he was in office, and he's been winging it and killing it at his own rallies to his people. But when it comes to do the fucking work, he don't listen. He's not going to listen. He's not going to fucking read a teleprompter. He's not going to do any of that. He's going to wing it. And it absolutely fucking failed him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
All the other guys that we have, like Biden when he could read, all they're doing is reading a prompter of whoever wrote for him.
Well, maybe not during a debate.
So,
not during a debate.
Well,
right?
but his debate, he couldn't even speak.
That's because it showed how bad he was, right?
Yeah. Well, he's 900 years old.
I get it, yeah. But Trump is out there. He needs a crowd, first of all, because he is funny. He says funny shit.
He's hilarious.
He is funny. The things that he says are inherently funny. And if you
so
don't
funny.
have the crowd feedback, you know what I mean? Like almost like a comedian, like the instant feedback of saying like I'm killing it. Now he can get on one. They put him in a stage with no one around. Right? He did not prepare for anything. I mean, he came in, he was pretty good for half of it. And then as soon as she hit that ego, she hit his ego, dude, he fucking went off the rails. Yeah. Right? Because Trump's thing is Trump. And that's it. Period. You know what I mean? And she made him look like a total fucking idiot.
100%.
And it was incredible. But I just don't know if he's going to even make it to fucking November, dude, with the amount of crazy shit that every other day it seems like there's something going on.
He'll get there.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's pretty wild, you know?
I think, though, how long before it's that the more that it happens to him, there's going to be people out there that are going, wait a minute, why is this going on? Why is it not happening to them?
Possible.
And then there's going to be, and we'll see, but it just seems like, I'm so nervous about how to word all this stuff because I don't want, for us to get flagged or to have the FBI show up at my door.
Sure.
Did you see that video?
No.
Did you?
What? The video?
There's I can't remember, there's a YouTuber podcaster guy that had said something about Kamala or the other guy, Biden, and 2 FBI agents showed up at his door.
Oh, shit, really?
And he stood there with the camera with his phone and said, hey, what's your name? Bob. Okay, Bob, what's your last name? I need to see ID. He goes, I'm an FBI agent. I just need to talk to you. Can you please turn off your camera? He goes,
Okay.
Not only am I not going to turn off my camera, the second that we're done with this interaction, I'm going to go and I'm going to download this. So
Right.
just so you know, as soon as we're done, this is
Yeah.
going on the internet. And they're like, he's also, if I can, I would really like to see your guys' IDs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm Bob and I'm with the FBI and I'm not going to show you my ID, but I have a badge. He goes, is your last name on that badge? If your last name's not on that badge,
Yeah.
then that's not. I need to see
Yeah,
who
100%,
you guys are,
Wow.
because anybody could just do this, and you guys are doing this as puppets to the system, and it's not okay. So either you guys give me your full name with ID, or we're done.
Right.
That's it. And they turned around and walked away.
Wow.
They
yeah.
went and got in their cars, and he gave them the good old fucking American bird. and-
Yeah.
POV.
Yeah.
Well, and
Yeah,
then also, I
yeah.
mean, in like England or Europe,
Oh,
you see
shit,
they're
dude.
they're actually
Yeah.
putting people in jail for
Yeah.
fucking their posts.
For having an opinion.
You know what I mean? Like that, some dude just literally got put in jail, like
Yeah.
for posting something that someone disagreed with.
Yep.
You know, so I mean, it's absolutely possible. But like I said, I think day one, if Trump gets elected, he's going to answer that phone. That motherfucker's blowing up, dude.
Yeah, we'll see.
You know?
I know,
Anyway.
but it can go either way.
Yeah.
If we're gonna have, Jesus, if there's gonna be a group of people that would be capable of blowing something up and making something happen, I'm gonna think that it's a little bit more Republican than Democrat.
You think so?
Yeah,
I don't know,
If
yeah.
you look at the trucks driving around town, they got the
Yeah.
MAGA flags.
Yeah, that's true.
They look like they might have a little bit.
I
more
saw
interest in
a
guns.
MAGA parade in Ohio the other day, and I just went, "You guys."
It's so
Oh
fun.
my God,
It
dude.
is so
It's
funny.
incredible. But-
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
it's an
lifted
absolute shit
trucks,
show.
Not a Prius in there.
No.
No.
No. Yeah. It's been a weird fucking deal, man. I hope we get through this next couple months.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll
you
be
and I
fine.
will be fine.
That's
You-
right,
You're
dude.
losing weight, looking like an athlete now.
Yeah, dude, look at this shit.
You know what I
dude.
mean?
Slimming down.
Yep.
Went to the gym
My
today.
liver enzymes ain't that high.
Oh, you went to the doctor today?
Yeah,
You were at the bar yesterday? Like, I can't wait till my doctor appointment tomorrow. What does not that high mean? Higher than normal?
No, they're a little higher than normal, but not, it's just, their direct quote is like, yeah, your liver enzymes are a little bit high.
There you go. All right, good.
Nothing bad, but.
So we got Jay for another week. It's
Yeah.
going to be awesome.
Maybe 2.
All right, you ready to get out of here?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks guys for tuning in. Please check out the Patreon. These episodes go up a day early. $3 a month gets you in the door, unedited footage. Also, check out the follow us. That's a free, easy way to support the podcast. Anyone that does, we thank you so much. Check out 360 MVP, Kenny's 360 camera company. He does all sorts of
360 camera and photo booth.
and photo booths
Just
and the
did
phone.
it for my daughter's wedding, and it was phenomenal.
Right.
I was going through the pictures yesterday.
Yeah.
Just like my ladies putting a photo album together.
Yeah, it's
and
beautiful, man.
It was just, if you're looking for a good photo booth and somebody that's going to be active and responsible and part of the program and give you some good pictures,
Right.
he's definitely got it, man.
Check him out on Instagram. What is it? 360 MVP, Kenny?
Yep.
360.mvp.
There you go, 360.mvp. Affordable, awesome service.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we also do have a legit sponsor coming next podcast. So
Yep.
we're very excited about that. Love you guys.
Simone.
Bye.